Hello YouTube. So I am sitting here waiting to do a surprise proposal. Just kind of waiting on the couple to show up. But I wanted to do a quick FAQ video since I've got a little bit of time to kill and there's a bunch of random topics that don't make their own video. So FAQ video, here we go. First of all, the question I get asked all the time, what do you shoot with? I shoot with the Canon 5D Mark III. If you want to know more about that, I'll put a link in the iCard. I'm pretty sure I've talked about that before. Okay, so we have your questions. All right, Susan asked, does anyone know if you need a permit to shoot at Pike Place Market? Well, it really depends on what you're shooting. If you're gonna shoot commercial, yes, obviously. If you're just doing like a senior portrait shoot, don't worry about it. The important things to know when you're shooting in public, especially if you're doing like portrait session, just something really small, simple, not, that multi-$1,000 shoot. Avoid bringing tripods, avoid bringing light stands. If you do need an external light, which I use all the time, get an assistant to hold it for you. As soon as you plunk down, a stand or a light is a tripping hazard, and if anyone is there, they'll probably ask you to stop or leave, but otherwise you'll probably be fine. My rule of thumb when you're asking, should I get a permit? How important is it if I get kicked out and can't get the shot? If you're just doing a senior portrait or something like that, and you get kicked out, whatever. You go a block to the park on one side or down to the waterfront or the aquarium, and you keep shooting, and you're fine. If you're doing a commercial film project and it has to be in Pike Place Market with that sign, get a permit. Why are you even asking? So yeah, that's my general rule of thumb when you get a permit. Elizabeth asked, I've been hired recently as a friend's wedding photographer. Never shot a wedding before. I've been wanting to get into stuff like this for a long time. Well, congrats. I'm super excited, but could use some tips. Any suggestions? Yes. I did notice a lot of other people also commented on this one with like, have extra batteries and have a memory card and, have stuff is not really good tips on how to shoot it. So here are my tips. Before the wedding ever happens, practice shooting rings, practice shooting macro, practice shooting really, really small if you've never done it before. Getting things sharp is difficult, and getting that look really good. If you've never done it before, make sure you practice, because it would be awful for the couple to spend all that money on the rings and they don't get any good photos of them. Practice shooting moving objects. If the couple's walking during the pro-sessional, during the re-sessional, if there's a cute moment of, the flower girl running up, you want to catch all those moments and you don't want them to be blurry. So, shoot your dog running around the house, shoot a kid's soccer game, whatever it is, practice shooting moving objects so you can get those focused accurately and sharp without motion blur. Practice posing couples, groups, and individuals. You might be used to posing individuals, a lot of us are, but when it comes to groups, you're like, I don't know what to do. There is something to posing them rather than just, all right, everyone clump together and call it a day. Those photos are okay, but you want to practice posing several more people. How do they group? How do they interact? You want them interacting with each other, hands on shoulders. A groomsman can go like this and a lady can grab onto his arm. There's all kinds of things that you can do posing-wise to make all of your photos more interesting. And then of course, practice posing your couples. So many couples are just not used to being professionally photographed and they're awkward in front of the camera. So they need and rely on your direction for posing. So you have to be able to bring that to the table. So you need to know how to get them to interact rather than just like, okay, be yourselves, giggle. That only gets you so far. So practice couples posing. Shoot 6 versions of every single photo. Do a tight, medium, wide, and then do that in horizontal, and then do that in vertical. Do your best not to chimp looking down at the back of the camera. You're going to miss stuff. Above all, do not be late and do not be the reason anything else is running late. No matter what happens, make sure all the trains are running on time. My very first wedding, I had 4 minutes to do creative portraits with the bride and groom. just because stuff was running late, and I had to fight really hard to even let the coordinator give us those 4 minutes. So make sure that you are never the reason that stuff is running late. Your couple will thank you for it, but obviously do as much as you can to get those photos as quickly and efficiently as possible. Tony asked, in reply to my Canova slider video, link in the iCard, why set up on a pile of bark and dirt? Great question. It was we were just trying to find a frame that looks good, that was elevated off the grounds, and that was elevated. We also just wanted our stuff out of the way where we could watch it and be talking into the camera like I am right now, and not worry about the really busy waterfront, someone running off and stealing our camera gear. So, no particular reason. Why not use an optical slave? Why do you always use radio triggers? Also great question. Right now it is roughly 2 p.m. and sun, high noon, bright sunlight, harsh shadows. An optical trigger is not going to trigger in these conditions. Likewise, if you're with a lot of other people, oh, that is the client now. I'll be wrapping up this video. But if you're with a lot of other people, then any of their flashes could trigger yours, and then you might miss it due to the recycle time. There's all kinds of reasons. I know it's a little bit more expensive, so if you're just starting out, optical is a good way, but it is far less reliable than a wireless trigger. Okay, I'll just finish up a couple more while I'm waiting here. How do you get press passes to shoot at events? You're talking to the wrong person. I don't. I shoot at events when clients hire me to. So if a press pass is involved, such as shooting a Mariners game at the 501st, then the clients get me the press pass. They just hand me one. So sorry I couldn't be more helpful. Sarah asked, I would love to see your continuous light setup. Yeah, I use aperture light panels, but those are pretty old. The ones that I actually recommend nowadays are the Godox LED P260C. Probably messed that up, but I'll put a link to that in the description. Yeah, the Godox panels, they're half the price, twice the brightness, and they came out more recently than the panels I use. So I would totally get those if you were looking at buying continuous lights right now. Greetings from Uruguay, Flavio. Thank you, Flavio. You're awesome. Thanks for watching my channel. Okay, Greg said, oh, this one is in regards to the how to shoot stuff for eBay. I'll put a link to that one in the iCard too. Any tips for photographing plastic wrapped toys, like box toys or plastic models? Yes, think about the incidence angle. So instead of shining a light directly at the product, try and just brighten the ambient level in the room. So instead of shining a light directly at the product, if you pull it away and turn the light so it's shining kind of near the product, that will bring up the lighting and illumination level, but you won't be getting that direct shine directly off the plastic. What is that little device on your chest? You must be talking about this. This is an Instamic. These are pretty neat. I've had some reliability issues with them, but they have excellent customer service. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking them out. Link in the description if you want to buy one of those. This is in reference to my Amazon review. They're much cheaper flashes than the one you bought. When I bought it, that was not the case. They are talking about the Yongnuos. So when I did my Amazon Speedlight review, a friend of mine had these and said, hey, you should use these instead. These are great. I like these. But if you were to buy one now, there's actually a Godox version that, again, has better brightness, and it interacts with some of their strobe units as well that I recommend. It's still a little more expensive than the Yongnuos that I listed in that video, but just the extra features that you get, those are lacking, are definitely worth the price, and it's still cheaper than a Canon or Nikon flash. So highly recommend those. I don't know the model number, but I'll put that in the description as well. Oh, and Godox is also called Flashpoint if you buy it here in the US. That is the Adorama branded version. Literally the exact same thing, just different name. What is the most challenging variable when planning future business with clients? Basically, how can clients prep better for you, not how can you prep better for clients? Oh, interesting. So this is PN Wonderful, probably for Pacific Northwest Wonderful. The best way to get them to plan is to get them invested. So someone who just says, I don't know, I have a photo shoot, they're taking care of everything, they're not very invested. But by getting them to send you a mood board or outfit ideas, getting them to send you literally anything and invest themselves in the process, they're going to want to prepare better. They're going to prepare better. You're gonna have a more fun time, you're gonna get better photos, and you're probably gonna end up with a bigger print sale at the end too. Joe asked, what is your quest? To catch the Holy Grail, of course. Ray asked, do you set your white balance using built-in presets or using custom white balance? I'm super lazy. I use a white balance card like this one. This is the X-Rite color checker, and then I can set the white balance super easy in post. I get this so that I do get it accurate. Usually I just leave my camera on daylight and let her rip, let her fly. All right, what else do we have? I do believe that's the last question, and they should be here any minute now. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. All the links are going to be to stuff I talked about are going to be in the description. Definitely subscribe. Let me know what you want me to talk about next, and I'll see you next time.